Do you often find yourself growing a little frustrated with your husband? There's a company coming over, maybe for the holidays or whatever, and you're scrambling around trying to quickly vacuum and, stir something on the stove and get the kids to put away their stuff, and you're getting more and more frustrated, and you're like, can you put that turkey in the oven? And you turn around 2 seconds later, and he's not put the turkey in the oven, and you're like, oh, I can't believe this man, what is his problem? And yeah, well, something I've learned is that we don't often clearly communicate our exact expectations. There's like a miscommunication piece here because we expect our husbands to think like we do. We expect that when we say, put the turkey in the oven, that he automatically understands what you really mean, which is put the turkey in the oven right now, right? Or maybe, for you, your situation is completely different. You're like, hey, we're going to need to pick up something from the store, for the company coming over tonight, can you pick up the milk? And you turn around 10 minutes later and he's still sitting on the couch watching ESPN and seeming totally content. You're like, I can't believe this man, he's so frustrating. But we never clearly communicated what we were actually asking. We just make this vague request, like, can you go to the store and pick up the milk? And that's what he heard. And so he's thinking, yeah, I'll go start to pick up the milk in about a half an hour or whatever, because we didn't really finish the entire communication, which was to make it clear that we expected him to do that right now. And then we get upset with our husband and we're agitated. And a lot of this boils down to miscommunicated expectations and then unmet expectations. That's almost always the source of that kind of frustration and annoyance that we can get with our husbands. So I have a brilliant idea for you. This is like rocket science right here. How about if we clearly communicate what we're asking for, what we need, what we desire, on a multitude of different fronts. I mean, it could be everything from what you're really hoping for in terms of celebrating your anniversary. You're dying to go out to the nicest restaurant in town because that would just make you feel so loved and appreciated, and yet you hint about it and never clearly say that would be really meaningful to you. And then your hopes are dashed and you're frustrated with your husband once again that he just doesn't get it. But what about clearly communicating that that's what you'd really like? If you're like me, it's and I know this is typical for so many marriages, like, where would you like to go to eat tonight for date night? Oh, I don't know, I can't decide, you decide. When really you do have a preference. So why don't we be honest with our husbands? In fact, Proverbs 24:26 says it like this: an honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. Wow, maybe we could bless our husbands by actually communicating clearly, honestly, and fully. Something for you to think about.